All right, guys, I'm back again, right? I'm going to give you guys a little fake history lesson here, right? What did we hear last night? What the fuck did we hear last night again? And I'm tired of fucking hearing it. It's why all these NBA players always got to call Madison Square Garden the mecca of basketball. I'm tired of it, guys. I'm tired of it. But let's get to it. The Knicks play in what many consider to be a greatest fucking arena in the whole NBA. Madison Square Garden. Whenever the fuck I go in there, it's like I get chills because I know I'm in this spectacular environment. You're always going to see celebrities. You know, everybody's got the same kind of energy walking past the garden, walking through it. You get like from the food court area right to the court. Once you see that MSG ceiling, or at least once I see this MSG ceiling, my eyes fucking light. Right? So everybody knows Madison Square Garden is known as the Mecca. And when you play you play well in MSG, guys, you're remembered forever. It's just kind of a shame that for really the past 2 decades, the Knicks have they haven't really lived up to the expectations, like the arena and the franchise, all that they had set out for themselves. We haven't lived up to that. We've almost kind of been considered a laughingstock of the league for a long time. And one of the worst rated franchises in the whole entire NBA. And this is dating back, I want to say like once the 2000s hit, guys, that was it. The franchise went from here, took a nosedive, traded Patrick Ewing to the Magic, worst decision ever. I don't even know who did that. I was very young at that time. I was 7. So I do remember the 99 finals, but I do not remember who was running the front office. But stupidest decision ever to ever get rid of Patrick Ewing. Right? So it's been downhill from there. What did I hear yesterday? I heard Zion say Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball, his favorite place to play. Who else did I hear say that? Trey Murphy, second year or third year player. Correct me if I'm wrong if you'd like. He also said this is the best arena to play in all of basketball. I'm tired of it, guys. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing that all these players saying the mecca, the garden, favorite place to play, the aura, the history, the this, the that. I don't want to fucking hear it. Who's going to show the fuck up? Who's going to be there when it matters? Who's going to be there to host that Larry O'Brien trophy? Who's going to be there parading up and down with Knicks fans on Fifth Avenue while we probably burn down the whole city? Who's going to be that guy? Because I know we got one. I know we got one of those guys. His name? Mr. Jalen Brunson. That's one. Give me one more. Who else, guys? Who else is one of those players that always talks about the Mecca? I'm pretty sure LeBron James. LeBron James has said on many occasions that the Garden is his favorite playground. And what happened with that, guys? 2010. I remember the moment. I remember where I was. I remember everything about the moment LeBron James decided to go on national television and tell the world that he's going to the Miami Heat and not the New York Knicks and not the Brooklyn Nets and not the Chicago Bulls. Oh, I remember that moment. That is the most unforgettable moment of my young adulthood. He hurt my fucking feelings. But anytime that man gets a chance to talk about New York, he talks about the greatest arena in the world, Madison Square Garden. But did he ever give us a chance? Did we ever have a chance with LeBron James, regardless of what he has said about the arena? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. And, you know, there's been some good efforts within the organization, you know, but there's still like this something about the Garden is like this inescapable mystique to being in the Garden. And it's why, like all these superstar caliber players, that's why they spoke so fondly of MSG when they get the chance to play there on the road. And for us, it's been basically pure fucking torture besides the last 3-4 years. It hasn't been fun. And landing a star for us, besides Jalen Brunson, Amari Stoudemire, and Carmelo Anthony, who we did trade for, landing a star free agent has never fucking happened. And anybody who we had hoped that was going to come, Mr. Durant, Mr. Irving, you guys decided to go to the little brother franchise. You guys are whack. You guys suck. Nobody likes yous. You guys will forever be the two fucking brothers that turned down Madison Square Garden in New York. You guys stink. Even though you guys are both like two of my favorite players in the whole entire world, you guys stink for not choosing New York. Steph Curry. I mean, I know we kind of never had a chance with Steph Curry, but that's another guy constantly talking about the Garden, wanted to be at the Garden. It was a match made in heaven. D'Antoni. We were looking for a point guard. It was basically going to be Curry's team to run. What happened? Golden State pulled some silly shit and decided to draft Stephen Curry, even though he did not want to go there. But kudos to them. That fucking obviously worked out in Stephen Curry's favor. Kemba Walker. I remember every time Kemba came to New York, it was special. I remember there's people in my business, right? Customers that come into my business. I own a food business, guys. And I have customers that come into my business. And one of them in particular, he was in jail for a little. And he has friends in jail. He had friends in jail that were good friends with Kemba Walker. And I remember hearing all of my youth that Kemba Walker always, wanted to play for the Knicks, always tried to find a way to play for the Knicks. Obviously, it didn't happen. He was very comfortable in Charlotte throughout those early years. But look, it happened in the back end of his career. And even though that didn't work out, it was a lot of fun. And it was a damn good story to see Kemba put on that Knicks jersey and suited up for Madison Square Garden. I remember Kemba in Rice High School go up against Christ the King, Irvin Walker, for all you high school hoops dudes. I'm one of them. Irvin Walker went to Christ the King High School, one of the most elite players I've ever seen in high school basketball history to me. Never seen nobody pull up from half court. Never seen nobody just have the green light like him. He was like the Steph Curry of high school basketball at one point. And I remember Kemba and him going up against each other, Rice, Christ the King. It was magical. A lot of fun. I'm just going to actually read off this quote actually from Kemba from many years ago. I don't know what year this is. But this is obviously before he came to the Knicks. And he was actually at an NBPA summer camp. And they asked him about the Knicks. And he goes, I've been hearing it for years now, the Knicks. Every time I come home, when you're coming home to the Knicks, that's all I get now. So I don't know. MSG is a special place. The Knicks are a special team. Of course, I was a Knicks fan growing up. Always rooted for the home team. But like I said, I rarely can't see myself in a Knicks jersey only because I've been in one jersey. I really don't know. Obviously, that was in his time in Charlotte. Then he made his way to Boston. That didn't work out. Then he made his way to New York. And that also didn't work out. Now he's in Monaco. I honestly don't know how Kemba's doing, but he is a joyful person to watch in interviews. So polite, so nice. And literally, guys, like 4 years ago, Kemba was an all-star. It's crazy how shit turns so quick. Who's another guy? I'll go back to Zion. I mean, I remember during the COVID year, when he played at MSG. I'm pretty sure they asked him some questions pre-game and spoke about the Garden. Couldn't stop speaking about the Garden. Favorite place to play. And yesterday, this was only his second appearance playing at MSG since he's been in the league. His first time playing at MSG was during the COVID years. And obviously, you don't get the full experience of Madison Square Garden. So actually, yesterday was Zion Williamson's first real experience at playing at MSG. And let me tell you something, he is a spectacular player. I've never seen a guy his size with that speed, with that agility, and the ability to like take contact and maneuver in the air. An absolute once in a lifetime player. Probably could easily be the best player in the NBA in a couple of years, given he stays healthy and gathers the correct team around him to improve himself. He's had some issues, whether it's off the court or on the court with injuries. So good luck to Zion. But back to the fucking business of who the fuck is going to be the guy to be the man to come to MSG when we need him the most. I'm going to go back to the biggest haters of the Knicks currently. Once again, yesterday, speaking about the Knicks for no apparent reason allowed. This was basically old news at this point, guys. Becky Hammond. I don't want to call out Woj because he is a CAA guy, and by association, I'm a Knicks fan. So I'm CAA by association. So I'm not going to talk shit about Woj. But Becky Hammond, Woj, Richard Jefferson, and I don't know who the last person on the panel was again. We spoke about fucking Jalen Brunson being a 1A guy again. Who gives a fuck? We know who Jalen Brunson is. We know what he brings to this team. We don't care what Becky fucking Hammond thinks or Richard Jefferson thinks or all these other fucking people think. And I don't think Jalen Brunson cares either, guys. He's one of them ones that came to Madison Square Garden. He's one of them ones that put on a Knicks jersey and knows he has a realistic chance of bringing an NBA title here one day. He knows that there's players around the NBA that have their eyes on Madison Square Garden in New York, knowing that Jalen Brunson's holding down the strip. And somebody out there is thinking, man, if I could win one in New York, man, I'm going to be remembered forever. We're right the fuck there, guys. There just needs to be one guy. I'm not going to give my opinion on who I think it should be, but I'm pretty sure you guys could figure out on your own who is one of those real guys that we have a realistic shot on the next couple of years to grab and bring to MSG, because we're damn close. And these players know that we're damn close and we're building something special. We're building something sustainable. We're building something that matters. We're building a legacy here. Madison Square Garden, New York Knicks. Who's going to be him? To be determined.